He was the most powerful man in the world, but also the most reckless. Behind the smiles, speeches, and suits, President John F. Kennedy was hiding secrets that could have shaken America to its core. Affairs not just with Hollywood stars, but with women tied to spies, mobsters, and national enemies. Was JFK's private life putting the entire country in danger? Affairs with Hollywood stars, mob-linked mistresses, and even women suspected of spying for enemy nations. This is not just a scandal. This is a story about how one man's desires almost became a threat to national security. The 1960s were a turning point in American history. The Cold War loomed large, the civil rights movement was rising, and nuclear fears kept the world on edge. And in the middle of it all stood John F. Kennedy, youthful, brilliant, full of hope, the embodiment of American idealism. But behind that smile lay secrets, secrets so dangerous that even the FBI and CIA started to worry. Because JFK's personal life was anything but presidential. John F. Kennedy wasn't just popular with voters, he was magnetic. Even before he became president, stories swirled about his relationships with women. From college affairs to Hollywood flings, JFK lived a life of indulgence. White House insiders whispered about a stream of visitors. Some aides were even tasked with sneaking women in through secret entrances, just to keep his image clean. But was it just harmless pleasure, or something far more dangerous? According to some historians, JFK's need for intimacy bordered on addiction. He once admitted to a close friend, "If I don't have a woman every 3 days, I get a headache." For a regular man, that's personal. But for the President of the United States, that's a vulnerability. Among JFK's many affairs, one name stands above all: Marilyn Monroe. A global icon, a fragile soul, and possibly a political powder keg. Their connection was more than just physical. Marilyn was obsessed. She once sang "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" in front of a packed crowd, while Jackie Kennedy refused to attend. But behind the glamour, things were messy. Marilyn allegedly kept a diary filled with secrets, including details about conversations with JFK. Some claim she knew things about Cuba, the Bay of Pigs, even nuclear policy. And when she died under suspicious circumstances in 1962, her diary disappeared. Coincidence or cover-up? Marilyn was just the tip of the iceberg. There was Judith Campbell Exner, a mistress not only to JFK, but also to mob boss Sam Giancana. At the height of the Cold War, JFK was sharing pillow talk with a woman who had the mob in her phone book. Worse, she admitted to passing messages between the president and Giancana. Then came Ellen Romech, a stunning woman with East German origins, suspected of spying for the Soviets. When the FBI caught wind of her relationship with JFK, they panicked. The potential for She was quickly deported. The White House never spoke of her again. Behind the scenes, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover was keeping score. He built secret files on JFK's private affairs, photos, recordings, witness reports. Not out of loyalty, but power. Hoover knew these secrets could be used to control the president. Insiders believe JFK felt trapped, knowing if Hoover went public, it would ruin his presidency, destroy his family, and possibly cost him re-election. His bedroom choices had become a national security threat. Some people argue, so what? It was his private life. But in the Cold War era, secrets were weapons. Every affair was a crack in the armor, a potential door for spies, criminals, and enemies of the state. One wrong word, one leaked photo could spark international scandal. And yet, JFK kept taking the risk, again and again. Not because he wanted to hurt the country, but because he couldn't stop. What makes this story tragic is that JFK wasn't a monster. He was a man, brilliant, broken, and burdened by immense pressure, chronic pain, a strained marriage, the weight of the world on his shoulders. Some say his affairs were a desperate escape, a way to feel alive. But history doesn't judge intentions. It judges consequences. And the truth is, America was lucky, because nothing ever exploded. but it easily could have. John F. Kennedy gave hope to millions, but his secret life was a ticking time bomb, one that risked the very nation he swore to protect. It's a reminder that even the greatest leaders can be undone by the shadows they refuse to face. If you want more hidden, forbidden, and unforgettable stories from history, like, subscribe, and tap the bell.